What's going on, my PT peeps, my Walking Dead family, and my fighters? I'm One Eye Bry, also known as PT. Don't know if I'm winking or blinking, but there's an interesting theory going around about Rick, Michonne, the iPhone. Spoiler warning for all things Walking Dead. So there's a theory, or a couple theories, going around from Screen Rant. And I'm going to discuss it, break it down, give you my take on it. So it's kind of like a, reaction video to the theories. And it's interesting. You know, I love a good theory. At first, I'm like, iPhone, information on the iPhone, nah. But we'll see if it plays out. The Rick and Michonne theory, The Walking Dead's iPhone is more important than you think. From Craig, this person from Screen Rant. So we know that Michonne still has the iPhone in the post-credit finale sequence with Rick, Michonne, the fire, the boots, the bag, the new samurai armor. It's pretty awesome stuff. So we see that Michonne has the bag, Rick had the bag, this bag, that bag, different bag over here, boots. You know, we see all the different connections. And at first glance, it's like, there's two iPhones? No. Michonne still has it. Rick had it before. We don't know about the etching. A lot of people ask all the time, how did Rick know what Judith was going to look like? These aren't like professional portraits. They look like the characters from Doug, you know, that Nickelodeon show. But some people think Jadis did the etching. How does Rick know how to etch the Japanese, words? But ultimately, it's one of those things that we still don't know. Rick puts the iPhone in the bag with a trash bag liner to keep it dry, tosses it into the boat, the 672 boat that Michonne finds later on. And it's filling in the plot hole. It's filling in the stuff that doesn't make sense or stuff that wasn't answered. And it kind of works. You know, it's something that sets up the Rick and Michonne series. And that's basically what it is to me. We know that Rick is captured by the CRM, or he's taken by the CRM by Jadis. Again, like I said, he tosses the bag into the boat, which is a great throw, by the way. And it's done to explain how Virgil and then Michonne got the bag, the boat, the iPhone, the stuff there. But Screen Rant is coming up with two different theories, or really one big theory, about the iPhone containing information about CRM and so forth. But AMC's The Walking Dead series finale ending explains the origin of the Grimes family cell phone. They're on a Grimes family cell phone plan. Escaped from the CRM, Rick tosses the iPhone into a boat alongside his boots and a notebook. The boat then travels to where Michonne finds it in The Walking Dead Season 10, neatly setting up the upcoming Rick and Grimes Michonne spin-off series. The Walking Dead leads audiences to believe that the iPhone is merely a token, a handmade photograph Rick crafted to motivate himself while in captivity, which makes the most sense, but Michonne appears to be of the exact same opinion, but the final moments of The Walking Dead hint toward a deeper significance behind the defaced cell phone. So it's interesting, this is the first time we really saw a cell phone in the Walking Dead universe, and it kind of fits with the timeline of things, the first iPhone. But again, Virgil, the boots, the phone, Michonne, Season 10, Episode 13, Michonne's final episode on the show. And this has had a lot of people talking, like how, I think that's Carl, I think it's Judith, I think it's this, what does it mean? Just hold on a little bit longer, believe a little bit longer, I believe is what the text says. Rick, believe a little bit longer. Michonne and Judith, as Carl was gone. Their presence in the main show was limited, but the Civic Republic military has enjoyed more screen time in both Fear the Walking Dead and The Walking Dead World Beyond, which is ridiculous, by the way, in my opinion. One overriding quality the CRM possesses during these appearances is ruthless, especially when keeping its own existence under wraps. In Fear the Walking Dead Season 5, the CRM's Isabel shot her own partner for becoming unreliable, while The Walking Dead World Beyond saw Lieutenant Colonel Kublik commit 2 separate cases of mass murder against Campus Colony and Omaha, while also planning a third at Portland simply because the Civic Republic disliked the cut of their jib. And it's ridiculous that The Walking Dead has had the most minimal exposure to CRM besides Jadis and taking Rick away, but they expanded it a little bit. We still need answers and more answers, especially with the Commonwealth angle. But this is the Omaha campus, Omaha area in Nebraska being blown up by Elizabeth Kublik. And it was really, pretty minimal exposure to that. I wish we found out more there. But with these examples of brutality in mind, the CRM keeping Rick Grimes alive in the Walking Dead series finale is strange indeed. It definitely is, but you can't kill Rick off. I mean, what are you talking about? Every detail the Walking Dead has revealed about the CRM thus far suggests a fleeing prisoner would be dealt with by nothing less than a well-placed bullet between the eyes. In the final moments of The Walking Dead's Rest in Peace, the series finale, However, the CRM helicopter makes a point of forcing Rick Grimes to surrender, very clearly intending to capture the protagonist alive. Of course they are. You're not going to kill off Rick Grimes in a post-credit scene like that. Come on, it makes no sense. But again, the continuity of things doesn't make sense at times with the Walking Dead universe, and this is another example. The Civic Republic's curious determination to keep Rick Grimes breathing may suggest the Walking Dead's shadowy villains deem himself useful. Perhaps the CRM believes Rick could become a vital ally if they can break his spirit and convert him to their cause. Jadis hinted Rick was valuable to the CRM in The Walking Dead World Beyond, and Elizabeth's pursuit of Hope Bennett confirms the organization will make concessions for targets they consider potential assets. Another explanation, and the most relevant for this particular theory, is that the CRM is unable to kill Rick because he holds crucial intelligence that needs to be extracted through interrogation. So, whatever you believe, Rick's not going to die there because we have a whole separate series coming up, so he has to remain alive. But I do like the possible ideas that Rick has information and he is valuable to the CRM. But it's a good point. Like, why didn't they just shoot Rick and kill him here? Because, like I said, they need him alive for the show. Rick Grimes cannot die right here. But the article continues. Theory: Rick's iPhone contains crucial data on the CRM, but that doesn't mean you have to keep him alive. The phone has it, not Rick. But I guess they could risk hurting the phone if they attacked Rick. You have to go with it, right? The concept of cell phones is so alien in The Walking Dead's world. Michonne is perfectly justified in seeing Rick's etched tech as nothing more than a touching tribute to missed family members. Few in her position would consider that gadgets inside is just as precious as the outside. Michonne has maybe failed to realize that the first step in her quest to find Rick Grimes is actually finding someone with an iPhone charger from 2010. So we need a charger. We got to charge this bad boy. But you know, it just ruined the screen by the etching on it to see anything on there. So I like the idea, but I'm still not sold on it too. Also, the only time we saw valuable information about the CRM and the files and the research and stuff there has been in France with the World Beyond's post-credit scene. So it would make sense that we got a post-credit scene, tech, information there, and then another post-credit scene with Rick. But this is in France. Nowhere close to where Rick would have been on the iPhone, unless maybe Rick has the iPhone and just etched it and he doesn't know how valuable the phone is. Like, he doesn't know. He didn't put any information there. So that would make the most sense to me, is that Rick was given this phone by someone that we haven't met yet, and he doesn't know how valuable it is on the phone, or someone said to keep it safe for him. I don't know. I'm just trying to go with the theory and expand it a little bit more. But again, the World Beyond had some file transfers and information that we saw in the World Beyond post-credit scene, so it could happen. I'm seeing both sides, and I'm keeping an open mind, that's for sure. It's just a theory right now. Also, when the escaped prisoner Rick Grimes hears a helicopter approaching and tosses his bag onto the nearest boat, The Walking Dead's series finale implies that Rick's intention is for one of his old friends, ideally Michonne herself, to find it and figure out he survived. If this were true, however, Rick surely would have included his handwritten note inside the bag. Also, instead, he lobs the message in a bottle into the water, then throws the iPhone bag into the boat. Not only does this suggest Rick needed to keep the cell phone dry, it also signals the iPhone carries a purpose beyond just alerting friends to his survival. Well, yes and no. The bottle thing we didn't see with Michonne in season 10, episode 13, so they might have thrown that in here to add some more lore and idea and just build it up a little bit more. That's what I'm thinking. You know, I don't think like, oh, the phone is this and the message is that and over here. But we have a whole breakdown of the video about the message in the bottle, and it shows that Rick is thinking about his family in the note. So if you want to check that out, check out the video with this thumbnail here. The article also continues with, given the lack of internet, cell phone service, and the limits of early iPhone technology after the zombie outbreak in The Walking Dead, the potential applications for Rick Grimes' gadgetry are relatively limited, very limited. He may have recorded a warning, now we're recording messages on it, a warning for his friends in Alexandria, informing them of the CRM's presence and capabilities. Rick may have detailed, why would he ruin the screen though? Rick might have detailed specifics about the CRM's future plans, or uploaded stolen data for programs such as Project V, which The Walking Dead World Beyond revealed as a weaponized gas. The iPhone could even contain the last remaining copies of deleted research documents from a CRM lab. All of the above would explain why the Civic Republic wants Rick alive in The Walking Dead series finale. The CRM would, at the very least, wish to stop the phone falling into external hands, but depending on its precise contents, may also need whatever data Rick stored on the iPhone for the organization's own dastardly schemes to continue. The massive CRM in The Walking Dead is so thorough in covering its tracks, a search would have been carried out to ensure Rick left no trace behind. Michonne's iPhone discovery in The Walking Dead Season 10 proves this search failed, leaving no alternative but to capture Rick alive for questioning. They would have found the bag on the boat. They would have checked the boat, right? If they were so thorough. I also don't believe that Rick would have just been so tech savvy, especially with a smartphone, iPhone. I mean, this is 2010. The phones didn't really come out. He wouldn't have time to use it. But I think at best case, it would have been someone gave it to him and he didn't know what was on it. And he did the etching on it, or someone did the etching and to disguise it. Rick didn't do it, but someone. That could be answered in the show. Connects with World Beyond, possibly. I think it could work. But we'll have to see. The Walking Dead iPhone theory can explain the consign mystery. When Rick Grimes appears in the Walking Dead series finale, he comes complete with a CRM jacket and the zombie skewer. Both of these items appeared in the Walking Dead's culling facility in the Walking Dead World Beyond, suggesting that he might have been put to work killing zombies in a controlled environment. Other clues suggest this is not the case. Culling facility duties are typically performed by young teens as an entry point into military work and are among the least valuable members of the evil Civic Republic social structure, contradicting Jadis' suggestion that Rick Grimes is valuable. Rick more likely stole the jacket and weapon during his escape. Exactly. I was going to think he stole it, or maybe he got help from Silas. Would be pretty cool. I think it's like cosign mystery. But ultimately, Rick has the jacket, the zombie skewer. And I said it before in another video that, every time he was stepping by the zombie head before he destroyed it, I was worried about him getting his toes bit off. It was like, come on, man, watch your feet, watch your toes. But the jacket is definitely different than Silas's jacket. It's similar. It's the same, but not the same. We don't have patches, and you have the different look and different colors. Maybe the budget wasn't as good on World Beyond versus the Walking Dead post-credit scene, and the zombie skewer is a weapon that he used there. But I think he stole the outfit when he was, trying to escape. Makes the most sense. The top part I just read, so let's read the bottom part. The biggest clue as to Rick's Civic Republic role, however, is the helicopter, voice referring to him as cosign Grimes, I think. The exact meaning of cosign in this context remains highly ambiguous, but the term usually denotes a person receiving goods. The CRM is known to associate with outside communities such as Portland, Omaha, Campus Colony, and very probably the Commonwealth. Yeah, I wish they really explained that Commonwealth CRM angle, but they didn't, maybe in the Rick stuff. So would plausibly require workers to handle these imports. During the course of his assigned task, Rick would potentially come across recovered pieces of technology, iPhones for instance, and may even stumble across sensitive information pertaining to the CRM's habit of wiping out their large settlements. Yeah, I mean, we don't know what Rick's job was. We know that he was a B. He was labeled an A at first, and then Jadis changed it. I didn't have an A. No, I never had one. He's a B. And so B's survive. A's are test subjects is what we're going with. B's are workers there too. So will Heath be a B? Will we see Heath again? I hope so, because it is something that has got a lot of people wondering, will we ever see this again? But what was Rick's job? Still don't know. What Rick Grimes' iPhone contents would mean for The Walking Dead's future. Denai Guerrera's The Walking Dead series finale cameo is too brief to draw firm conclusions, but gives the overriding impression that Michonne's search for Rick Grimes has made very little progress since it began in The Walking Dead Season 10. Rick and Michonne's The Walking Dead spinoff must explain how Guerrera's character ultimately figures out her husband was captured by a massive military organization. Michonne finding a way to switch on Rick's iPhone could bridge that gap, revealing everything she needs to know before launching a rescue mission. Having the answers to Rick's whereabouts in her pocket all along would represent a poetic twist in Michonne's tale. So now the iPhone has directions to find Rick, CRM data, hopes for search, finding a cure, good recipes, some funny videos. Man, this iPhone's got it all. I'm kidding, of course. But the fact that Rick is alive, I can't read too much into that, because you're not going to kill him off here. They have to find each other. We want the reunions, and Rick has to live to be reunited. So we'll have to see. I just read the top part. Let's read the bottom. Whatever intelligence Rick stored on his iPhone can also reveal the master plan of the Civic Republic military. If Rick stole important data, uploaded it to a cell phone, and throw said phone into the wild, desperately hoping someone would find it, he must be reasonably certain the CRM is planning something big, taking place after Rick's recapture. The Walking Dead World Beyond shows Campus Colony, Omaha, and very nearly Portland all succumbing to the CRM's wrath, and the devastated city behind Rick in the Walking Dead series finale may be another victim, which is Philadelphia. Philadelphia in the distance, but if that's a CRM community, who knows what they do, but CRM is crazy, so we'll have to see how it goes down. But I like the idea, that's for sure, and it's just a lot of stuff for this iPhone to be carrying a lot of weight. You know, it's just a little too much in my opinion. We see the etching, we see the portraits, and we see the motivational, like, don't give up, keep believing, just do it. Now, at the end, the article ends with, nevertheless, these tragedies all feel like cogs in a larger machine, and a newspaper article in the Walking Dead World Beyond hinted at CRM leader Major General Beale, who we've yet to meet, overthrowing the elected council of the Civic Republic itself in a military coup. Whatever Rick knows, it may expose what Beale and his baddies are plotting, and whatever the CRM is plotting in The Walking Dead may be stored inside Rick Grimes' iPhone. And I know not everybody watched World Beyond, so there's an article right here. The Civic Republic Tribune, military looks ahead to civilian oversight. In the center, Major General Beale looking forward to long-awaited governmental transition. So the CRM is the military aspect of the Civic Republic, and I guess they're in control, and we'll have to see how it plays out. But the fact that we got minimal Walking Dead CRM connections with the Commonwealth and everything there is a missed opportunity. It could have been set up great with Mercer talking about this group that he doesn't like and hinting at the CRM. He could have said something about their stupid logo, their 3 rings, and they're terrible, and blah, blah, blah. Could have set up major connections with the Commonwealth, Rick, Michonne, the story going forward. But what do you think about the iPhone containing like all this information? Rick's whereabouts, CRM data, information. I don't know what to make of it. Overall, we'll have to see. I enjoy a good theory, and I give it an A for effort. But it could be a long time until we find out what happened with it, if the show is going to air in October 2023, which is less than a year away, but it's still about a year away. Thank you guys either way. Let me know your thoughts. Post your comments below. Stay safe. And as always, tell them Daryl.